people cannot make progress financially because they are house poor and they probably don't even know it.
The reason that you don't have any money left at the end of the month is because you are driving a car that you cannot afford.
Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cartier, and today we're going to be talking about how celebrity culture, influencer lifestyle, and social media flexing is the biggest reason why some people stay financially stuck in life. What looks like motivation is subconsciously becoming pressure and is making a big impact on how you spend money. And I'm going to be breaking down how this is really affecting everyday people and especially in our community. If you think about what you consume every day, no matter how you want to slice it, it is feeding your subconscious mind. From the luxury cars, bust down watches, $5,000 wigs, $10,000 vacations, designer bags, $2,000 shoes, you name it, it's on Instagram or any social media platform. At this point, you see it at a rate where it's like it's normal. Like people think this is how people should be living because you see so many people flexing on social media. And that's how it can be depressing for some. Somebody with making 40,000 to 100,000 a year starts to look at their life like maybe they're behind. Even if they're, trying to handle their money correctly, it starts to feed your subconscious. Your subconscious starts telling you that this is how you need to be living because that's all you're seeing on social media when you're scrolling through. And that's just where the downhill falls. A lot of regular people are going broke trying to look rich. They're buying designer bags on payment plans. They're putting, you know, high-end shoes on credit cards. They're using the Affirms and Klarnas to get an outfit or buy clothes just so they can keep up with this facade of their online lifestyle that they've created. And I feel like this is called being image rich and, you're cash poor because wealth is not dependent on how you look. It depends on what assets you have and, how much money you actually have. But it even gets deeper. You know, all those crash out over being car poor or house poor. There's so many online. Let's just take a look at it.
Babe, whenever I hear somebody say that they're living check to check and they're struggling financially, and then in the same sentence they start naming off their bill and they say that their car note is $6, $7, $8, $900 plus, it only makes sense that you're struggling. And don't let it be a situation also that you are all on your own by yourself, doing it all on your own, rent by yourself, bill all the bills by yourself. It only makes sense for things to be a little on the hard side for you when
Okay, so a lot of people are house poor. Let's do the math and let's talk about it. Everybody want to flex. I got approved for this much. I got $500,000 home. I got the keys. Okay, that's cool. Let's run the numbers. Your pre-approval was $500,000. That is not a recommendation, baby. That is a limit. That is the absolute limit that the bank is willing to risk on you. And baby, if your realtor pushed you to spend the whole $500,000, you did not just buy a home, baby. You bought stress. Because let's be real, that's $3,500 plus monthly payment. Like, that shit is a lot. $3,500 is not no easy money to come across. I don't care what nobody say. Add your car note, add your insurance, add daycare, add gas, add groceries, add utilities, and whatever else bill you can think of. Man, shit, add life. Suddenly, you're not living in your dream house. You're drowning in it. And that is the exact example of what house poor is. The house look good on the outside, but inside it, you're crying in it. Because every dollar you have is tied up in keeping the lights on. It's tied up in your house. You can't do shit else but live inside your home.
And then this is how people are feeling after they get what they think they want because it's been fed into their mind subconsciously. People are getting those luxury apartments that they could barely afford just so that they could keep up with an image that social media has. They have to take their photos. It has to be a nice background. They can't afford it. All their entire income is going to maintaining this either luxury apartment, home, or car. Online, this stuff looks like success to a lot of people when other people see this, but in reality, that person might be house poor, where you don't know how they're struggling each month. But online, they make it look, good. And I do feel like the celebrities, they do play a part into this. They're constantly flashing their money, their cars, their watches, the way their lifestyle is. But the regular person is not taking into account that this person is making millions of dollars. So yes, they have the newest Benz that comes out. It's customized. The color that they want. Meanwhile, the average person is not making that amount of money. So at this point, you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. And then when you start seeing these influencers who aren't celebrities popping out with the same type of stuff as some of these celebrities, going on the same type of vacation as some of these celebrities, then you start to think that you're behind. And that's when social media starts bragging really first you get the nice car, it's eating up half your paycheck. You might even go out and attempt to buy a house. And the house is a house that you cannot afford, even though the bank told you that you can afford it. And then, like, I feel like it's all subconsciously in that people end up doing this without knowing that they're really doing this. Like, take, for instance, BBLs. It's hip hop culture, but you'll be seeing regular women walking around, everyday women walking around with a BBL. And it kind of looks crazy because that's for like, I feel like it's more for an adult entertainment business. Like if you're in an adult entertainment industry, or rapper or whatever, because female rappers these days are kind of like strippers, but they just can rap because that's the way they dress and that's the way they carry themselves. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them carry themselves like this. So I feel like it looks crazy when you're, at a desk job and you get up and you have this crazy, wild looking BBL. It's not even a nice BBL, but that is subconsciously fed to you that this is what's in, this is the hottest thing. And then you'll see the people who are getting these BBLs, and you just it looks like, a hip hop culture has an effect on a lot of people of all different races and backgrounds because you'll see all different types of people with BBLs.
The truth is that the reason that you don't have any money left at the end of the month is because you are driving a car that you cannot afford. Too many people convince themselves that they can afford their monthly payments when in fact they can't. Just because you can get finance, you can get approved on a car, doesn't mean that you should buy that car. And that new car feeling wears off quicker than you think. Within 6 months, that brand new car that you've got is old and a new plate has come out. Don't get caught in that consumerism trap of
I bought a house when I was 26 and fell immediately into poverty. Okay, when I lived with my parents, I was living my best luxury lifestyle. I went to South Korea, bought a 2,000 plane ticket, didn't even blink twice. I went shopping, luxury goods, all that. Was traveling, was just, oh, I was living it up. I felt rich. I had no bills. And I had a full-time 9 to 5 job. I was working as a nurse. Okay, I was killing it. I bought my own house. That first mortgage payment came in and I was like, oh, this is a situation. But at first you think you can handle it, right? Like, what's a couple thou? What's a couple thou? I got it. But then the pipes in my 80-year-old home broke immediately as soon as I bought the house. Wiped out my savings. Then another pipe in a different area of the house broke. Okay, I'm struggling. Okay, I need help. Then my neighbor's pipe, it was a twin house, her pipe broke. And she didn't believe that her pipe broke, but her pipe broke on my side of the house. So all of that water that was coming down was spraying into my home. And then my water heater broke. When I tell y'all, I went from living in the lap of luxury to destitute immediately. Now, don't get me to fooling y'all, because it was worth it in the long run, because that house is now worth like 2 times what it was worth then. So I'm actually doing pretty good. But at the time, when I tell you I was struggling, I had to go to my parents every other day for dinner because your girl.
And it's the same thing with the nice homes, the being, house poor, car poor. It's the exact same thing because that person who's walking around with the BBL, they may have financed it. But these rappers and these celebrities, they're not financing BBLs. And there is a certain type of celebrity that are getting BBLs. Everybody ain't getting no damn BBL like that. I feel like people who are in that hip hop culture is primarily the people who are getting the BBLs, and the people who are listening to this hip hop culture are subconsciously being fed that BBLs is the way to go, and that's how your body should look, like an hourglass shaped figure. If you got a flat pancake butt, you need to run out and go purchase one, get a shot or whatever. Y'all let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Drop a comment if you've ever had the need to like keep up with this this flex culture where you either went out and bought a, expensive car that you really couldn't afford because people will be like, "Oh, my car note is $900, but you got to put insurance on there. You make, maybe $100,000 a year. That's a lot of income going towards your car. Not to mention you still have to take care of your housing and all of that. And there are certain people that can't afford that. We don't know what everybody's making, but we do know that most of the United States people don't have an income. People don't have an emergency fund. You know, only 30% of people have an emergency fund. And now we're not talking about the rich and famous people. We're talking about regular everyday people. But then it's flex culture because some of these rappers they come out like how saying how broke they were, and and let's just take like the cast of Love and Hip Hop. Most of them are wearing fake luxury brands. They got fake Gucci, fake Burberry, all of that shit from the underground, from places that sell it. And the people who watching, y'all don't even know it's fake. Y'all think, oh, and it's mighty strange that most of them pull up in Ubers and Lyfts. I mean, you wearing Gucci and Fendi and stuff, but you don't have a car. Like the people who have cars, they show their cars online most of the time. Like they'll pull up in their car. But a lot of those people, those cast members pull up in Ubers and Lyfts and they don't have cars. And so they're just feeding you this look, this lifestyle. They're constantly taking vacations. The network paid for the damn vacation most of the time. You know what I mean? Just so that they can have a storyline so they can push out to the viewers so they can keep their network running and, pay these people whatever it is that's in their contract. But that is the flex culture where it looks like these people are doing better than what they are, and they're not because even, Bambi at one point said that Scrappy wasn't even paying rent. Like they had to move from a place because they were going to face an eviction because he couldn't even pay rent. But when you look at their lives on the show, it doesn't scream, "Oh, I'm struggling behind. I'm behind with my rent. I'm not even paying my rent. She's paying it," or I'm not coming up with my half of the rent, which is absolutely crazy. But that's when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you have a certain look and appeal. Scrappy's a rapper. He has to do certain things and look a certain way, even though his bank account says something different. And this is what his baby mama is saying. So don't let this celebrity culture, don't let this celebrity flex culture make you think that you're doing something that, you're behind in life. And I would change my following on social media, if it's making you depressed or, some people don't even know that they're depressed from social media because they're looking at other people's lives and trying to keep up with what other people do. And that person they're trying to keep up with is struggling financially, stressed out outside of online because they have this facade to keep up with. Well, y'all drop a comment. Peace out.